Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The running back for the Eagles.
Of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in week 9? Fielding about a yard deep.
I believe we traded him away.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over.
We traded Mitch Trubisky.
And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy springs for the good stuff.
The last time these two teams met, boy, was it memorable. Wild card weekend last year as the Eagles started their Super Bowl title defense, and they held on thanks to the doink or the double doink heard around the world on the Cody Parkey missed field goal, and the Eagles would escape 16-15. Of course, they would go on to lose the following weekend to the New Orleans Saints. Now the second down throw on target. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face
6 yards
third
on
down.
that pass. Sean Jackson.
Out of the gun now on third down. This is caught by Jackson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Sean Jackson again.
They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Jason Licardo, which was the defensive tackle that played fullback for the Bears too, went to the
A couple of first downs on the drive already. As they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
They lost Dalton Roseman, I believe. Right?
It's a second down run with Sanders. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Third and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction. Rolling to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 30.
Salem
22
got
and a
injured.
first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to
run by
account for.
Tyler
But if
right
you're not
there.
going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes
what is
on
up
him,
with you
because when he breaks out and makes plays like
running
that,
quarterbacks?
all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. They run
Here's
the
a
count.
run by Eric.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Nowhere as he stopped in his tracks.
And here are the starters for Philadelphia.
Two-time All-Pro center Jason Kelsey is one of the most athletic centers in the league. In fact, he went to the University of Cincinnati as a walk-on linebacker before converting to the offensive line. Can pull, trap, get out in front of runners in any situation, and one of the more intelligent centers in the league as well, handling all of their line calls.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. They'll hit Jackson complete. And he'll be brought down on that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it indeed. Here come the flags. They're getting the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey scoring a touchdown against his former mates as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
Yeah, it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
So Eagles first drive.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Because of his game last week, he is now at 90
Fielded about a yard deep.
I'm so confused.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So here come the Bears under second-year coach Matt Nagy. They'll be led out by their quarterback who grew up just outside of Cleveland on Lake Erie, Mitchell Trubisky. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
We often overuse the term heart and soul when we talk about a player being just that for his team. But not in the case of Kyle Long in Chicago. He's shown his ability to be a Pro Bowl guard, a Pro Bowl tackle. But it's his passion for the game, his passion for his teammates that sets the tone for the entire team.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Trubisky.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
It's a 30. Nice juke move.
change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff? They all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time. And they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play.
So we got the Bears defense, and it's looking a little bit rough, losing some of their star players, but
it's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
What we got? Watch the safety creep.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders pushing through the
Khalil Mack not able to make the tackle as it results into a gain of 3.
With a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears bring out an
I got no
extra
thoughts
defender
about
in the
that one.
secondary now for 3rd down.
All I can say is keep your hopes up.
Drop to throw. Sliding up, and he can't find
And
anywhere
Tyler
to go.
Rogers
And he
juke,
goes down.
not going anywhere. Haha,
Clinton
Clinton
making the
Dix.
safety blitz look easy. Zooms in for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lock behind it. Wow. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here.
It all depends if you guys win this game or not.
Yeah, it's almost
Where
like watching a
Trubisky's
game of
only a
tennis
star
where you prefer
development,
ping pong, you know, back
not
and
going
forth
up
like that.
too high,
That definitely
too
was
fast.
excellent, wasn't it?
But he
Remind
mainly
you
only
that
went
coming
up so
later
high so
tonight, we've
fast
got a
because
good AFC battle in Baltimore. The
halftime.
Super Bowl champs, New England, in
Come
town to
back.
take on the Ravens. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, the Cowboys and the Giants from MetLife Stadium to wrap up this first weekend in November. And he's going to be taken down
carried
shy
by
of the 10, right
Montgomery
around the
going
9-yard line.
1 yard.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky.
Pass by
He's got
Trubisky
Burton
goes
here.
for 9. And Trey
He'll be
Burton
up
is
in it
now
at the
out.
18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
You got him.
Quentin Trips with the tackle.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert.
Trubisky isn't a runner.
Inches.
Oh, there goes Trubisky.
Now Trubisky lost
Fumble.
the football.
Taylor Gabriel's able to bring it back to the 33.
Let's go.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback.
Trubisky
The
isn't
ball
a
gets
runner,
away
dude.
From him. Everyone else is trying to
I don't know why they
execute what they're
just ran
supposed to do
Trubisky
on
there, but
offense.
he ain't a
They're usually
runner.
looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Not really. I mean, he has a few
play
good
fake
runs,
to
but that's like
Montgomery.
every
Now
quarterback.
Trubisky.
Every
He's
quarterback
going
has a
deep
few good
for-
runs,
and
but they're not
got his
all
man.
runners.
Complete.
And
Now he's gonna
Mark
get this all
Keith
the way down
Brown
inside
with the
35.
reception for
It's a gain of
34
34.
yards.
For an offense
Good
that
enough
has
to put
not
them on
found
the
end
other
zone
side,
yet.
the 50
That's
now.
a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Trubisky.
Trubisky looking to pass. Got a man, that's Gabriel.
Gabriel. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Montgomery back to the ground. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Backfield.
Another
Loss of
example
5
right
on
there
the
how
run.
this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Trubisky tried running, but he got stopped. Gain of 3 on the play.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Out of the gun, Trubisky.
Trubisky's pass gets it for a gain of 3.
And he's going to get this to about
this
the 20,
result,
but that is well short of what he needed.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. The kick by Bryant is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
So they settled for 3.
Last time had to punt it though. What's the key to this?
Now the score's 7-3 as we get
big guys up front.
Just over 2 minutes in the second quarter.
Guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
Why would you
we'll watch that leverage on this drive. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
7 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nah. Keep Bryant. Let's see how long Bryant can last in the league.
On the draw,
it's not like you're going to get any better kickers.
He'll be brought down just
the rest
shy
are
of
like
midfield at the 49-yard line.
the highest overall kicker.
That's
the like
first of their timeouts.
Not custom made
As
is
stop it with just over a minute to go before
82,
halftime.
I think, and that's Justin Tucker. The rest are like 77s and 74s and all
Back
that.
to throw now on 1st down.
Tyler Rodriguez sacked.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. That's taken in by the tight end Perkins. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Jackson.
A good reception for the Eagles, as this is now at the 19-yard line. Deshaun Jackson.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there.
I haven't been paying attention. I'm sorry. I've been looking at my Snapchat.
And he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
I need to
Are you thinking of anything?
I need someone to commentate with me to make it interesting. Because solo commentating is not really that fun. If you have dual commentators, oh, that shit's so fun. And a big hit by number 50 there.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And that's complete to Sanders. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so
Hola,
far,
¿cómo está? Konnichiwa.
back to the ground.
said,
This
oh
time
my-
Montgomery. Call it a gain of 5 that
David
time.
Montgomery trying to make
Third
something to
and
work
about
with his
4.
running game as he's -3 yards on runs against his team.
From the gun on
Trubisky
third down,
looking
it's
to
Trubisky.
pass. He's got all the time in the world, and he gets the pass to the 38-yard line.
Able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And boy, they hit that one.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And the next pass goes to the 14-yard line. Goedert.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And Marquise Brown going nowhere.
No gain on the dump off at 2nd down.
We got 4. We got 4.
Throwing on 2nd down. Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Boy, I know you felt that one.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And it'll be intercepted. Picked
And the
up by
pass
Anthony McLeod.
intercepted. McLeod Jr. I heard that in the corner of my ear. I was like, intercepted. I was like, wait, what?
So maybe a second half
Trubisky magic not there as that's
They wanted to set.
intercepted.
That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that
Has
one.
that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's caught by Jackson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And not much to speak
Miles
of.
Sanders.
1-yard gain up to the 26.
Where that Trubisky magic at?
Just a 1-yard pickup
Tristan.
there on 2nd. He'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Where that Trubisky magic at?
Well, they've done a good job on these
Defensive
receivers,
pass
pretty much held them in
interference.
check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Was that a pick six? I looked at my phone for like less than 5 seconds.
Not only the interception,
And
but also 6 points.
And
that's
it's just
a
so difficult
pick
to go
six.
get the
Really?
football
I
in this
looked-
league because people are so proficient in the passing game.
Come on, bro.
It's not
Come
easy
on.
at all to
I was
read
hoping the
patterns,
Eagles
to
might
break
take
down
out the Bears,
football,
but okay.
Catch the ball and take it the other way. Yeah, when you have a guy like that on your team, you feel really
Eddie
good
Jackson
about his
with
efforts.
that pick
Now
six.
Matt Bryant on for the point after.
Dang it, bro. Alright, well,
And it's through, and that makes the
Good
lead
play, I
10-7.
guess.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Okay, ready? 44 to Mike.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix, the
Nelson
former
Aguilar
Packer,
only
in
getting
on the
1 yard
tackle.
on that.
44 to Mike. Check, check.
2nd and 9 now. And this one incomplete. Too
Tyler
much
Rogers
contact
pass
to hold on to that one,
incomplete.
and it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And that pass is
It's
incomplete
been
too.
this way most of the
Now
afternoon,
4th
hasn't
and
it?
9.
The secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give him much better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it
what's that
is going to be
just
15 yards.
Oh, schedule, yeah.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now.
Or game 3. 6:45. Oh, we have
Now
lots of
Trubisky
time.
going to
All right.
give this to Montgomery.
There's a run by David
They give him
Montgomery.
4 yards
Finally
there.
getting
It'll be
positive
2nd and
yardage
6.
in this game. Yeah, for some reason face masks go off crazy. Trubisky's pass complete over the middle to lead us Willie
Yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down. Here's Trubisky to throw. Looking deep for Gabriel.
And Trubisky's pass over the middle. Taylor Gabriel to the 1 yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You don't want none. Here we go.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter.
We get into the fourth quarter. The Bears are up by 3 points, looking to make it 2-point difference.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go
I don't
a
know
long
what
way toward wrapping
two
this
drives
up.
difference.
They'll run for it with Montgomery.
And this run will be a loss of 2.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it second and goal.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. They try again with Montgomery.
And touchdown Bears as David Montgomery goes positive yardage again.
His second touchdown on the season as the Bears push further.
This is a 2-drive score now.
On that sideline, they're saying
to tie it up, they need a field goal and a touchdown to take the lead. They need 2 touchdowns.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling too, because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Eagles get it to the 24.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully...
Rodri looking to pass, got a man on the left. That's a gain of 3 on the play.
This up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's a second and 7. Now
Rodri running.
He'll end up getting 5 out
Gets
of
it
that,
to
but now they're
32.
looking at third down. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no.
And that's incomplete. Eddie Jackson with the stop.
And the Bears
now
are
it's
get the football back, and they're going to get
Chicago's
it in
ball at
position.
the 33-yard
so they really
line.
Needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A toss play
And
to
a
Montgomery.
toss to Montgomery as he goes back 3 yards. 4 yards, my bad.
Behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
From the shotgun is Trubisky.
It's Trubisky gets it to the 27 on a gain of 10 on that pass.
The Bears on third down, 2 for 5.
Third and 4.
This is 3rd and 4. Now Trubisky to
Trubisky
throw.
looking to pass.
And he's got
Gets it to
speed.
the outside, but there's a flag. This will be roughing the passer on the defense. Brandon Graham giving them 10 extra yards. Now they have the 10-yard line.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity.
Trubisky looking to pass.
It's actually frustration. Not
Gonna go for the end zone, and he's got it. That is now putting the Bears up by 3 points, or 3 drives worth of points.
Touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary
Down by
football?
2 touchdowns and a field goal. With 3 minutes left, they will get it to the 50-yard line, which looks like a questionable tackle.
We'll see if they can recoup and recover. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10.
Tyler Rodriguez sacked.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Robertson, Harrison.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that is
had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears will get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield.
Trubisky looking to pass. Got a man at 31.
All the way to the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Montgomery. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Let's go.
Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football.
Trubisky
so now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Bears actually might.
Trubisky now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10.
Anyways. And there we go. The
so
final score is 24-7.
And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one
that is a really
thinking
good
to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting.
Kind of like how
took
these
the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
All right,
so for Chicago,
ending the stream now.
They'll finish the first half.